So, I'm sure everyone watching this video has already heard the rumours and the news that Sony Corporation is looking at buying Kadakowa. Now, Kadokawa is known for owning From Software, but they also own a couple of developers that have worked quite closely with Nintendo over the years, those developers being Spike Chunsoft and Acquire. Now, I've seen a lot of speculation on what this could mean for Nintendo. Now, I'm going to go through in this video and say what I think it means. Preference, these are my opinions, these aren't based on facts, but I'm just assuming this is what's going to happen. So, Spike Chunsoft, for those that don't know, used to actually work on quite a few Nintendo games for Nintendo. They were known for helping with a bunch of Pokemon spin-off games. However, I believe the last game they've worked on for Nintendo was in 2019, that was Cadence of Hyrule. So it's been quite a few years since they last worked on a project for Nintendo. So Spike Chunsoft being bought out as part of this deal, to me, doesn't mean it's going to really affect Nintendo that much, because obviously they've not really done much for Nintendo in the last few years. Now, the bigger question is actually Acquire. Acquire Entertainment is an interesting one because they recently released Mario and Luigi Brothership, the first Mario and Luigi game since Alpha Dream was dissolved. Now, to me, I don't really know whether or not we should be freaking out about this news, because Acquire did a good job, but apparently Mario and Luigi Brothership isn't the best game in the series. It's not as good as the previous titles, which obviously, different developer, they're still finding their foot in. I'm not going to have a go at them and say, oh no, your game was terrible, I can't believe you'd make this. IGN did give it a 5 though, so there is that, but IGN's really biased anyway. So, Acquire's the big one, because of Mario and Luigi Brothership. However, like what happened with Alpha Dream getting dissolved, I don't think this studio being bought out by Sony is going to really affect Nintendo. Because Nintendo could probably just go and find another developer who want to work on Mario and Luigi, or they could just develop in-house themselves. They have enough studios, they have the teams. Plus, as well, if they wanted to, they could just go to someone like Intelligent Systems, who they've worked with on other projects, and gone, hey, can you make us get a new game in a series? Because if those that know, Intelligent Systems does mainly work on Fire Emblem and WarioWare, so they would have some grasp on how to do an RPG. So, yeah, I don't get the big concern with these studios being bought by Sony. However, I do see the concern with a lot of gamers who think that Sony would end up mistreating the Kadakowa company and the assets and using it to milk the IPs and also pulling their games off of other storefronts, because obviously, as we all know, PlayStation and Xbox, they're not really the best owners of multi-platform titles. Or the Xbox is marginally better than Sony because they've actually allowed their games to stay on those platforms. Now, I do think PlayStation owning Kadokawa is going to be really weird, but I don't think it really affects Nintendo, especially since Kadokawa have said that they've not made a final decision on what's going to happen yet. Now, hopefully this doesn't go through, because I was talking about like a few acquisitions I'd want to see on my channel in the past, but I don't really talk about major acquisitions. I don't talk about stuff where I'm like, I don't know, Xbox buys eBay or whatever, I don't talk about those sort of deals. I talk more about like, say, if Nintendo should buy HAL Laboratory, which is a smaller scale acquisition which wouldn't have as much effect on the industry. Now, I do feel that, obviously, all this consolidation that's happening in the gaming industry has been quite bad recently, but I also do feel that Nintendo will be just fine if Kadokawa is bought out by Sony. It's not going to affect Nintendo much because they just have the ability to go to someone else or do it themselves. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? If you're new, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff, guys. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. I've been EC, and I'm signing out. Peace.